Alright, we got a first generation Toro Trojan. And yes, this was out before it was called the Trojan. It was called the Whirlwind 50. And then they changed the name. But this is the first of the Trojan series. There's 3 generations of Trojan, not counting the very first Whirlwind 50s. You can see it's 5/8 belt, dual to the gearbox. 5/8 belt here, 1/2 inch here because that pulley is wrong. So I need to swap that pulley out. You can see the tires, the solid tires are bad. I have some off a Toro Groundsmaster, same size. I have a set of tires that are good that came off a old Cub that are 612s. I have some new old stock of the rear 8-inch or 16-inch, whatever. The engine is a 12-horse Wisconsin. Early models like the Whirlwinds and stuff had a Briggs. I think first generations were 9-horse, and then this one's a 12, and I'm not sure what the last generation was. They might have just always been a 12, possibly more. Not really sure. Not a lot of info about the Trojans around. You have the handbrakes for steering. You can see the number 3. I'm guessing this was a commercial unit. Probably, mosquitoes. Probably had a couple of these. So they just numbered them. That way you could say like unit 3's down or something instead of having to say model number 30200. Anyway. It's got a belt that drops down to this, which then, this is basically a jack shaft here that operates your clutch to your actual drive pulley. Now, forward and reverse is this lever here. You push it forward, it'll lock past center, tightening that belt. Now, there should be a neutral position, which it doesn't seem to have currently, which I believe is this broken spring steel right here that would hold this back a little bit, because it should be about here. And when you push down on the handle, that would actually operate a rubber disc that runs against this flat surface, and that should bolt right there. Now, the transmission's a Peerless. I want to say it's a 2300, but I don't really recall my Peerless numbers at the moment. The shifter is very badly worn out in the top end, so I'll be replacing that cup and both shift rails, and along with the 2 input bearings and the outer ones, and new seals, just because it's deserving of it. You can see it's been repaired on the pivot. It's got the 2 bands, and the actual rod's been welded in again, the pivot rod. Handlebars have been reinforced at some point, along with the seat spring. Compression is low for an engine like this, so I'm guessing what it is probably the valves either aren't seating all the way or one's stuck. You can see the sides and the front are adjustable, and the back has a rubber flap that allows like large amounts of grass either pass through, or if you're going over obstacles like rocks and stuff and hills. They're advertised to do 1 to 8 inches of cutting height. This says 12 horse. Machine is covered in ants and they keep getting on me. It's got a nice high back pan seat. Oh yeah, 5,000 or 50,000. So this is definitely an earlier one. Now this pulley here, it's actually splined, but you can see it's the spline is pretty wiped out. Somebody actually put a key in there, so I got to figure out what I want to do about that. I know this shaft needs bearings in the transmission. The deck seems to all ow, damn mosquitoes. Everything seems to turn as it should. Blade hubs are beat pretty bad. They definitely hit a lot of stuff with this. These guards are adjustable. You should actually have a rod coming from here down, and you can adjust your height for the opening for large amounts of grass or mulching. So yeah, that's about it for now.